All right, Pe3. Here's just a little overview, a little view from the canal. You can see we started to get some site plan stuff in there. Here's another overview. Just a few different angles with some context. And then this one's my building here. You can see I really wanted to kind of play with this idea of like two different facades and two different envelopes. I was inspired by my last precedent project, the McAllen building in Boston, where it was every face really, all technically five because of the roof, but all four sides of it had different facades that kind of matched up with its context, and kind of it had brick to meet with residential, and uh, kind of these bronze paneling to reflect the industrial side of the area. So I wanted to do kind of something similar and have these have kind of two brick unit kind of masses, and then two metal clad prongs sticking out. And then you can see obviously our open circulation shared between Lauren and I's building. I think it ended up actually coming out pretty cool. One thing I was worried about was like how we were going to be able to deal with like security, like I mentioned in some past stuff. But you can see on this side, as well as on the other side, I pretty much just brought that up to the stair level in order to add some added security. But there'll still be access points. And then here is kind of what our master site plan's looking like for now. Obviously, very very underdeveloped at the moment, but we do know that we're going to have these kind of two access roads, and then getting people still figuring out some parking and some stuff with their sites. But we're going to get the master plan kind of dialed in a little bit better, but taking a step towards the right direction, I guess. Here is my sustainability and passive systems isometric that I showed before. Kind of the main things that I wanted to point out was the ventilation with all of that open circulation. I think that's going to be really important and kind of help cool temperatures. The kind of hanging terraces in order to reduce the urban heat island effect, and then solar. Here's egress. You can see there's exits on both the front and the back of the building, and then obviously they have to go leave to a safe assembly zone, so leading out to the frontage or back along the back of the site. I mentioned before, had to add some catwalks in, but I think it's going to add a cool little touch to the design, honestly. Here is structure. Got podium structure, concrete column, 24 by 24 on bottom, and then W16 I joist beams on top. Circulation, elevator houses itself and holds up the stairs, but there are some columns in the middle to hold up the hallway. Like I mentioned before, here's the podium, concrete in red, steel in green. And then here's my MP&E section, cutting through the big mechanical room there. I'm hoping that's going to be plenty of room. And then kind of skewering upwards, and all of the units are the same, stacked vertically, so it makes it pretty easy and efficient in order to get all those utilities up through the building. Here's just an overview of these charts matrix. We've got G-1, G1, G2, and then up into our steel structure, residential. And then the roof here. Just to kind of highlight a little path of egress. And then ADA unit plan. A little perspective, what it might look like walking down the street. This was an interesting one that I haven't talked about yet, so I figured I'd throw it in here, but kind of just highlighting how all of the units are indeed stacked like on top of each other in terms of which units are what. And like I mentioned before in that MP&E section, like that's just gonna make it very easy to get those utilities up, and then those sidebars that we're going across are going to be some drop ceilings that house the rest of it. I tried to push all of the kind of wet utilities to the corridors, so fingers crossed. There's going to be some. They do line up, so. And then you can see on down below, blue, kind of more like kind of public areas. The lobby is double height. I still haven't decided if I want to do a mezzanine kind of design in there and connect it up to the second floor or not. It's definitely an interesting threshold, I guess, because I do think that the lobby should be an air conditioned space, but then obviously the circulation is exterior, so still kind of figuring that out. But yeah. And then I'll quickly jump through the units. This is the roommates. This is the family. The beds got lost out of there. This is the couples, and then elderly and student. And then back up, you can see kind of the grid layout here too. And then my wall section here. Alrighty, module 3 in the books. I hope you enjoyed.